my lovelies, so this video has been requested for so long now and I'm finally doing it. This is my piercings video. If you've seen my aftercare video for piercings, then you'll know that I mentioned that I would do a video on my personal piercings, my experiences with them, kind of like the pain that I had with them, how they were healing, and just kind of like that, more like personal experience rather than just how to look after piercings. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on with it. I have 9 piercings altogether. You could argue that some are just one piercing, but like for example I have a scaffolding done, which is 2 cartilage piercings joined up by 1 piercing, so technically it's 1 piercing, but actually you've been pierced twice, so I count that as 2 piercings. But you know, I do not want debates about it, like it really doesn't matter. Just a little disclaimer for everyone, like if you're watching this video and you're thinking I want to get a certain piercing done and I say that I found it really painful, don't take my word by it. You know, everyone has a different pain threshold, everyone is gonna be different. I would recommend maybe watching this video, watching someone else's video, and getting lots of different experiences from everyone, because everyone's going to be different. But at the end of the day, if you want the piercing done, it's not going to be the most traumatic thing to, you know, it's not going to be traumatic for you. Just get it done, it's worth it. I've got my first and my seconds pierced, so I'm going to count them as the same thing. I'm just going to talk about them as the same thing because they're just lobe piercings, they're done exactly the same. They're just done by a gun. I found them pretty painless. I had my first done when I was about 7 or 8, so I don't really remember it as such. But I had my seconds pierced about 8 months ago now, so it was like back in November. And yeah, it's really not bad. I'm going to give everything a rating out of 5, so 1 being not very painful at all, 5 being really, really, really painful. So I would give my lobes maybe a 1. The worst bit about them is actually afterwards when they burn a little bit. Your ears go really red and hot, but that is it. I've still got all my original jewellery that I'm going to show you. I originally got pierced with a little silver stud like that. I don't think you can see it up close. Mode not focused. Oh, there you go. There you go, it's focused. It's just tiny. The actual width of it is, whoa. The width of it is actually bigger than a normal piercing, just because if you know, your ears are probably going to swell up. It took 6 weeks to heal. It took about a week for them to stop kind of aching, and I've had no hassle with them at all. As you can see, I've actually got my second holes stretched. I will talk about that at the end of the video because not everyone wants to know about stretching, but I will talk about it in this video as well because a few people have mentioned it. I'm not going to show it up close because it's looking a bit icky. My scaffold hasn't been very good with me, but I really don't want to take it out because I've had it for so long. I am determined for it to heal properly. If you don't know what a scaffold is, it's basically 2 cartilage piercings joined up by a bar. Basically looks like that. I'm sorry if mine's crusty. I passed out the other week and I must have fallen on my ear because I had blood all down my ear, so it's really swollen and upset from that. But basically it's just 2 balls here and then a bar there. Let's not look at my scabby here. So yeah, that was probably my most painful piercing. Cartilage piercings I do find quite painful. Basically you go in there, obviously they measure up your ear, they line it, and then personally with me they pierced either the top or the bottom one first, I can't remember. And yeah, they do it individually, and then you've got 2 little plastic tubes sticking out, and then they put the jewellery through and they put the balls on, and it took a little while for my ear to stop bleeding, but after that it was fine. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'd probably give the piercing about a 4. I would give it a 4. I think if I had it done now, because I've had so many piercings now, I think it would have been less of a shock to me, but because it was like my next proper piercing after my lobe piercings, I did find it quite traumatic. But obviously there are people that say it doesn't hurt at all, and I'd probably say the same now I'm so used to piercings. So yeah, and I've just still got the original bar in now, and I think that's it. I'm really sorry if I missed anything out. So the next piercing I got after that was my nose, and that didn't hurt as much as I expected it to. I think I was more nervous about actually having something like having a needle put through like my face. That was a bit that freaked me out, and it's quite a weird sensation when it goes through. It's different from your lobes, and but it's very quick. And personally, on a scale of 1 to 5, I would say that my nose hurt maybe 2.5, 3. Like I really didn't hurt. Like and when you get it done, lots of people say that. Sorry, I'm very like bitty with my sentences, I'm so sorry. A lot of people say that their eyes water and their nose stings like a bitch when they get their nose pierced, and it probably does. I don't know why. I think it might be because I had mine pierced a little bit lower down because I wanted to have a ring in it like later, or just something to do with where my nerve endings are. But my eyes didn't water and my nose went numb. My nose actually went numb. It did not sting, but for about a week after, I did feel like I'd been like punched in the nose, but after that it was absolutely fine. So I got a stud put through mine, and my stud kind of looks like that. You can't really see it, and you can see it coils round, so it kind of hooks into your nose like that and then sticks out like that. I liked it because it wasn't too like blingy and it was very small. And I went back and had my nose ring put in a few weeks ago, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then after I had my nose pierced, a few days later, yeah, as you can tell, I've been a bit addicted to piercings in the last kind of like half a year. I got my cartilage pierced, which is just that bit. It's actually called a helix piercing because basically that's all cartilage. So it's a helix piercing if you want to be technical. That's healing quite badly as well. Like, cartilage piercings don't go down well with me. It still hurts as well. And it's basically just a bar here. I would advise to not get it done with a gun. Places like Claire's Accessories and stuff do it with a gun, and there are people that have had no problems with it and blah blah. But really, please don't get it done with a gun. There's no point in risking it. You might as well just get it done properly with a needle. I wouldn't risk it, and I personally don't think places that allow you to have it done with a gun, I generally don't find are going to be particularly hygienic and professional anyway. But I don't want to offend anyone who's had it done, because I know friends that have had it done in Claire's with guns. I just don't see the point in risking something when getting a piercing is quite dangerous anyway. It's not dangerous, why am I saying it's dangerous? But it's something that your body doesn't appreciate. So I'd, have it done properly if you're going to do it. But it's up to you, it's your body. Pain wise, it crunched a lot. It really crunched a lot, and I'd probably say that was probably about a 4 for me again, just like my scaffold. Like, it was quite easy. It went through really quickly. I was done like in 30 seconds. It hardly bled, but I just don't like it when it crunches. That's the bit that gets me. And then the last piercing I've had done is my septum piercing, and yeah, it's not everyone's taste, and I don't think I've showed any of you guys yet. At the moment I have the retainer in it, and now if you're wondering, Rhiannon, what the hell's a septum piercing? It's basically this one here. Now I don't have it out because I've got my ring in, and when I have my ring in I don't want my septum piercing out because it looks way too cluttered, and people either love it or hate it. And it's basically like this bit of cartilage behind your nose that's pierced, and people think, oh crap, that must really hurt. But if you get your fingers or like this and feel behind this little hard bit of your nose, it's actually a really thin bit of soft skin, and they pierce right at the top. And it was the most awkward and fiddly piercing to have done, I have to admit. Like, it's not like pleasant, but it doesn't hurt. I found that when the needle went in, it stung. When it went through, you could hardly feel it, and then when it came out the other end, it stung. And then getting the jewellery in is the most fiddly bit, and then afterwards, it does really hurt afterwards. It hurt quite a lot. Like, if I scraped it like that, I was like, ow! But a week later, it was absolutely fine. I was flipping it up and down into my nose. 2.5 weeks later, I swapped the jewellery. At the moment, I have the retainer in. I'll show you it with the retainer in, but I'll also show you the bar that I have in when I have down. So basically, it looks like that. Like, people either love them or hate them. And yeah, the bar that, and you can just flip it up like that. It's absolutely fine. For pain, I'd probably say it was about 2.5. Like, I honestly didn't find it that bad. And then the bar that I have in when I have it out looks like this. I don't know if you can see it. There you go, it just looks like that. So what I do, it's quite easy to swap. I just kind of hook it around like that, and then it pretty much sits in the place where the hole is, and then you just curve it round and then bring it around, and then I have it sat like that on my nose with the gap. And I do have a ball that you can put in there, but I don't really want the ball on it. I've recently stretched my ears, and I am at a 5 in both ears now. I'm at a 5 gauge or 5mm or whatever. I did mine too quickly, like way too quickly. You're meant to do it slowly. If it hurts when you're doing it, like this, it's uncomfortable, but if it really hurts when you're putting it through, stop. Wait a little, wait a little bit longer, and then try going up again in size. I didn't do that. I did it really quickly just because I was impatient and I wanted to get a tunnel in straight away. So when you start off, you'll literally get ones like this big. This is a 1. So as you can tell, it's actually the same size as what the piercer originally pierced my seconds with, but the holes made smaller because I wore normal earrings in them. And this is the 2. And then I've got a 3 somewhere, a 4 somewhere, and then the 5 in my ear. This is a tapered stretcher, but what you need to watch out for is make sure that the tapered stretchers are kind of all one size for the majority of the stretcher, and then it goes down in size, because what you find, if the stretchers are like that, like it kind of slants like through the whole of like the taper or whatever, you know what I mean. You find that actually the front bit would be more stretched than the back, if that makes sense. So be careful with that, because obviously if you want to put a tunnel in it, it's not going to work. And yeah, what helps is using a bit of Vaseline. Make sure the Vaseline is clean, to slide it through, and just don't do it quickly. If you want them to go back to the normal size, don't do them quickly. Don't do what I did. And yeah, that's it really. I am getting some silver ones just because I want some more discreet tunnels. I don't know if you can really see through it. You can probably actually see through that a little bit if you look closely. I got this one off of eBay, and I got this off of eBay as well, but you can get them from your piercers as well. And yeah, God, I feel like I've missed something out, but I don't think I have. Feel free to leave video responses below. It'll be really easy for everyone who's watching this video who's thinking about getting certain piercings to have a look at your responses as well. And I'd like to see like your responses. I always watch all my video responses and leave a comment on them, so feel free. And yeah, that is it. If you haven't seen my piercing aftercare video, then I will leave a link at the end of the video for you guys to go and watch that. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, my lovelies, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.